Wish you all a very happy Vāmana Dvadeshi, Vāmana Jayanti. I thought I'm still not out of yesterday's Leela Vāmana Deva. I thought we'll spend today also a little bit on the same topic. Jayadeva Goswami says, Chalayasi Vikramane Balim Adbudha Vāmana Padanaka Neera Janita Jana Bhavana Keshava Drita Vāmana Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who assumed the form of a dwarf brāhmaṇa, all glories to you. O wonderful dwarf, by your massive steps you deceive King Bali, and by the Ganges water that has emanated from the nails of your lotus feet, you deliver all living beings within the world. So Krishna in this form deceived Bali Mahārāja and also gave us another wonderful Tirtha called Ganga. Now, I was rushing through yesterday. I just want to go back to the last chapter of this discussion and the 22nd chapter, where Bali Maharaj was offering himself to the Lord. At the time Prahlāda comes, Prahlāda was present there, and he says, this is in the 22nd chapter of 8th canto, 16th sloka, Sri Prahlāda Uvacha, Tvayeva Dattam Padam Aindram Urjitam, Rhythm Tat Evadya Tataiva Shobhanam, Manne Mahan Asya Kritohi Anugragaha, Vibram Shito Yat Shriya Atma Mohanat. Prahlāda Maharaj says, my Lord, it is your lordship who gave this Bali the very great opulence of the post of heavenly king, and now today it is you who have taken it all away. I think you have acted with equal beauty in both ways, because his exalted position as king of heaven was putting him in the darkness of ignorance. You have done him a very merciful favor by taking away all his opulences. So the point here is, it was not by Bali Maharaj capability only. It's not only because of Bali Maharaj capability that he became the king of all planetary system. Unless and until Krishna blesses, that will never take place. Therefore, it was Bali Prahlāda Maharaj who knows the truth. He says, it is you who gave him everything initially, and now it is you who are taking away everything. Therefore, he just played a role over there. You put him or you take him, but it's all your favor. You mercifully favored him for the best thing that you do. If you are not in the right thing to do, then Krishna will make sure that you realize that and come back and do whatever is right thing to do. And then after that, what happened? After Prahlad says, this is the super one, which I couldn't speak much. Vindhyavali, right? I mentioned slightly. Vindhyavali's wife comes. His wife comes and tells, Kridhartam Atmana idam trijagat kritam te swamyam tu tatra kutiya apara isha kurya. This is 20th sloka and 22nd chapter of 8th canto. Kredartham Atmana idam trijagat kritam te swamyam tu tatra kudiya kudiyaha apara isha kuryuha kartuhu prabhustavakim asyata avatahanti tekta tekta hriyastvad avarupita kartur vadhadha. Srimati Vindhyavali said, O my Lord, you have created the entire universe for the enjoyment of your personal pastimes. But foolish, this is where you have to note, but foolish, unintelligent men have claimed proprietorship for material enjoyment. Certainly, they are shamelessly agnostic, falsely claiming proprietorship. They think they have given charity, underline, and enjoy. In such a condition, what good can they do for you, who are the independent creator, maintainer, and annihilator of this universe? If you have someone whom respectable person next to you, number one, you have no intelligence. Mataji, Prabhu, you don't have intelligence. Indirectly, you have three people in conversation. You as one person, another person whom you think done something wrong, and a third person is there. And you talking to the third person indirectly about the person who's next to you who has done boo-boo, mistake. But you can't tell his name directly. Therefore, you talk to the third person indirectly, but the other person realizes, and the third person also realizes. Okay? I'm not creating a scenario here, but you can understand what. So, therefore, Vindhyavali is saying, look at Vindhyavali's state of mind and her understanding of philosophy, the truth. She is telling, Bali Maharaj is saying that he has given himself to you. My body is yours, my art, my everything is yours. But then he's not understanding who is he to give what belongs to you. That's the point. Who is he to tell, I give my donation to you? I've given my money to Krishna. I've given my property to Krishna. I've given my life to Krishna. People, sometimes devotees, when they get frustrated in their life, after they've done years of services to Krishna, and then they get hit by some unpleasant situation, right? They say, I've given my life to Krishna. I know one devotee who's very senior, is given his youth, his young time. He was an IIT person, but he couldn't finish his thing. He given up doing IIT. He joined the movement, and then he took up initiation, and he gave up everything. He stayed in Mayapur for a long period of time. Then he traveled other places. But ultimately, after many years of thing, the only thing that bothers him is, I've given my life to Prabhupada. It not in a happy statement. Still, he's a devotee. He's still a wonderful personality. He knows the scriptures very well. But that statement made it, I given my life to Prabhupada. That means what? You could have continued to do education, continued to find a job like you, Lal Gopal. You have done all this thing. You've not given up everything, but also you're serving. But I've given up everything. So there's a sort of a feel of, I have given things to you. So that is where the problem, Vindhyavali is saying, that's where the real problem. The real problem is you have nothing to give, first of all. What is it you have? It's all given to you by Krishna. I've given Krishna, I'm giving you something to take care of something. When I come back, I'm going to take my belongings from you. You're just having my documents, your file, my house keys, and everything temporarily while I'm traveling. But when I come back, you can't tell I'm not going to give you, or you can't tell that here is my key I'm giving to you, house key I'm giving to you. No, it's your house. I just took care of it. Like that, Vindhyavali so brilliantly she's telling people claim proprietorship for material enjoyment and they shamelessly think they are the doer, they are the giver, and they claim proprietorship, giving charity, doing services, and whatnot, everything. And this is a beautiful point. Number two. So first is Prahlad. Second one is Vindhyavali. Now we are going to go to third one, Brahma Vacha. Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha Deva Jaya, this is Sloka 21. Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha Deva Jaya Deva Deva Jaganmaya Munchanyam Hrita Sarvesha Sarvasvam Nayam Arhati Nigraham. Nayam Arhati Nigraham. O well-wisher, Brahma said, O well-wisher, O master of all living entities, O worshipable deity of all the demigods, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, now this man has been sufficiently punished. This man means Bali Maharaj. He is sufficiently punished. For you, I have taken everything. Now you can release him. It's not ordering, it's a request. Now you can release him. He does not deserve to be punished more. Now, here is the important point. Bali Maharaj surrenders to Vāmana Deva, Krishna, but then look at the situation, the mercy of the devotees. He comes, Prahlad comes recommending, Vindhyavali is another devotee who comes and recommend his own wife, and then Brahma comes and recommends. So that's when Krishna accepted all those things. Right? The best way that we can surrender to Krishna is through the mercy of the devotees. Because why? Sometimes when we surrender, Krishna can accept, may not accept. Krishna is so very swatantriyam. He has so very independent nature. He may accept, may not accept. But when we go in front of Krishna with the devotees, Krishna has no way to say no. He will simply accept. That's another important message that we need to learn. It's nice we serve Krishna, but we have to keep devotees in front as we do the service to Krishna. And that is what is going to please Krishna very much. So I thought I'll just share this point here. and also open up to see if there is any follow-up questions or sharings or anything for next few minutes that we have. Thank you.
Two things I remembered about that I thing. Okay, when Bali Mahārāja is saying I surrendered and all those things. So I remembered Hanumanji when he found Sita and he was while coming back. He said I. He did not say I found Sita. He said found Sita I. So, there is no English translation for that. The point is he used the word I mama at the end and not initially. So the acharyas were explaining that Hanuman, over while just passing on that message, he was thinking about everything. He was thinking about if I say I or Sita, Ram might be get scared. What happened to Sita? So he chose his words very carefully. So that's how devotees have to be. Whatever message you have to pass on, you have to pray to the Lord. You have to choose your words very carefully. So that was one thing I remembered. And the second thing, sorry, I forgot. I might, if I remember, I will tell that, share that.
Okay, sure, definitely. But that's a very nice point. Drishta Sita. It says contain Sita. Kambaramanam also says the same contain Sita. It doesn't say Sita was found. Contain. Drishta Sita. So yeah, very nice point, Prabhu. Thank you. Anyone else have any questions or anything to share on Vamana's pastime appearance? Anything that you must have learned or heard, like anything
Hare
like
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Tanvat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for the beautiful pastimes and the realizations. Prabhuji, in regards to Bali Maharaj, see, I'm just comparing. Our life is like nothing. However, the first thing that Lord Krishna did is like gave everything and then took everything. Now, we are like nowhere close to that, but in the actual world, why did Lord Krishna decided to these type of things? I know it is his mercy, it is his wish, and this is for people to understand like how these things can happen. But is there any other like meaning to these pastimes, or it is just for learning purpose, or it is like we should also understand in some other different angle? Just trying to think about like why did Lord Krishna decided to do these type of things.
Decide to, this means what is it? This
This means like first he gave everything, then he took everything, and then he wanted to show that yeah, you need to be humble, you need to bow down. He came with this like idea of three steps. So just trying to understand like was is there any other deeper meanings to this, like?
you know, here's the thing. As a physician, you may treat the treat the patients differently. You're not going to give the same medicine to all the treatment based on their disease condition. You may treat them differently. That's why you are studied. If I have to treat someone, I always go and recommend take Tylenol. For anything, take Tylenol. That's the level of understanding I have. But then as a physician, you don't do the same thing of Tylenol, then I don't need to come to you. You find the root cause of the problem and you give the right medicine of right dose that will cure that person. And that's the practical thing. And that's exactly what Krishna is doing for devotees. Bali Maharaj was one example. And here's another point. Not we should also understand that Krishna is giving us an opportunity to exercise our independence, our swatantriyam, giving us our independence, exercise our independence in the right way. When the independence is misused, then Krishna interferes in those devotees whom he has a special love. This is a very important point. Not for everyone. Whom he has a very special love, for those devotees, he personally interferes to alter their life situation. Life situation. And Bali Maharaj was one of the favorite personality for Krishna. And therefore he interfered in this, as you must have heard from Bhagavad Gita when I was in my Gita Bible, that Krishna takes Udhasinam, Anumanta. Udhasinam means our independence, when you're thinking of something, he doesn't interfere. Udasin, he just neutral, be neutral. You think bad about this person, or you do think you do want to think about bad or good, that's your choice. I will not interfere. But then when you think, next is the action comes into the picture. And when the action is coming, we cannot do things without the sanction of the Lord, Anumanta. The Lord takes a second position as Anumanta. Let this take place. Astu. Let it take place. He doesn't interfere on that one also. Go and stop a person slapping another. He doesn't do interfere that also. He just let, okay, I approve. Go ahead and do that action, whatever you wanted to do. But you have to pay the karma, not me. But I have to sanction whatever you want to do. That's second. This two position is common that Krishna takes in majority of the living entities. Now the third position is very interesting position. Dyutakam. Dyutaka. Dyutaka means he personally interferes in someone's life to make the situation happen such a way that rarely takes place. And that is only Bali Mahārāja, or in the place of Sudhama, and like great devotees like that. He interferes and makes situation such a way they learn the lesson by doing certain actions. So Bali Maharaj is a great Mahatma. Therefore, Krishna interfered. Did that answer at all, or?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji, thank you. Like your stages of explanation are really awesome, and it helps to me to know for not just for Bali Maharaj but for other devotees also how Krishna is making his arrangements for the different devotees at different time points.
Yeah. And here is the thing. Krishna interference in our life depends on the degree of surrender that we have on Krishna. And when Krishna interferes, it's the best thing for in our life to happen. Right? When Krishna interferes, he does take care of our life, karma, and everything in such a way that it benefits us getting closer to Krishna. Therefore, it really depends on the level of degree of surrender that we place, that much of degree that Krishna reciprocate. Ye yata mam prapatyante tam sadaiva bhajamyaham. The level of degree that we surrender to Krishna, the level he reciprocate to us. If you're not interested, he will let it go. But this does not mean that, Prabhu, if I also surrender, I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried that Krishna may do the same thing of what he did for Bali Maharaj to take, because not only in Bali Maharaj's situation, we heard in Bhishma Stuti, we heard in Kunti's prayer that we have a special anugraha. I want Krishna's anugraha, Prabhuji, but not special anugraha. Special anugraha is dangerous. That's what we think. He will take away everything, will take away my job, take away my earnings, take away my family members, and put me in a situation where I become helpless. I hear a lot of the time, I want Krishna's anugraham, not anugraha. I don't want that at this time, Prabhu, or never for that. And please understand, Krishna is not such so evil. We don't need to see Krishna as such a person who's only gives mercy to us by making us suffer and suffer and suffer and suffer. It's not like that. Krishna, we not see Krishna like that. He's a compassion, what do you say? Compassion personification. Dayanidhi is Dayanidhi. Dina Dayalu. Right? He knows what he's doing. This is the point. We should have a complete faith in Krishna, that Krishna, you know what you're doing. I don't need to check on you, or have not faith in you what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You do the right thing. And Krishna definitely only give things to us in a life where we can hold, we can take this. That may not necessarily be a best thing for us, but if he will not put us in such a worst situation. We may think, "Huh, this is not a worst situation, Prabhu. You know what I'm going through." To be very frank, it's not compared to what we have done, anadikala karma and offenses, all those things compared to what we have done. If we think this is too much for me, actually it's not. In the eyes of the scriptures, Krishna has reduced, give discount of what we are going through in our life. So Krishna is a karunanidhi. He is a compassionate personality. We should have that faith. He's only doing things for us for the sake of our own benefit. But the level of the degree of surrender makes Krishna activate in our life.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you. And Prabhuji, one more small follow-up question, if we have 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yes. So all the scriptures, when they glorify, at the end, it said like, if you read this, then you will attain this Vaikuntha. If most of the pastime, most of the realization end with that. So what exactly we are trying to point? We should like even reading about Vāmana Avatar. At the end, it is mentioned that you will attain Lord Krishna. At the end of Prahlāda Mahārāja, it is mentioned that you will attain Lord Krishna. So nobody can read everything at all the time. So and devotees read based on the time, but the end always is something related to like you will attain happiness, you will attain this and that. So how we should know this? Like, is it what is
Here's
it?
the thing. I was trying to see some verse here, but I couldn't get it. Anyway, the point is, Mandopi, even a foolish person will not do an activity if there is no anything in written. This statement is this statement is true for whether you're materialistic person or whether you're a spiritualist person. No one will do anything if there is no any gain out of it. As simple as that. It could be a spiritual gain, but still it's a gain that we are all hoping that we'll get Krishna's mercy. Nothing too close to material. We are not comparing material thing, but no one will do any activities without having to get something out of it as we do this. This is a given statement. Even the fool doesn't do this one. What to speak about people who are educated? That's number one. Number two is there are different types of people who try to read the scriptures. One may be interested in material benefits, or one may be interested in spiritual benefit. So Bhagavatam want to cover all types of people. All types of people. Therefore, there are phala-śruti has been given that you do this one, you'll get this one, your family will be nice. If you have someone who's not married, they will get married. If there's a problem between husband and wife, the relationship will become stronger and closer and thicker. If you don't have a child, Ramayana is, if you go to study the Ramayana phala-śruti or even Mahabharata for that matter, there are so many material benefits are given. In the name of material, in the name of these benefits, at least you come and sit and hear Krishna Katha. As you keep hearing, as you keep hearing, as you keep hearing, then like Dhruva said, I was come to a realization that I was only hoping for the broken glasses all this while. Krishna, your pastimes are more greater than anything that I can think of. The stories of this world, when this purifies the heart. So that's the second thing, that where people are attracted towards Krishna stories, devotee stories. When you read this one, you get certain benefits, right? That's the second reason. The third reason is even for the devotees, by doing this one, they get a hope. Yesterday we saw about hope in the morning. Hope. They get a hope by reciting this stotra, by doing these things. It says that I will attain Krishna, which is what I really want. There's a guarantee has been given at the end of the stotrams. Yes, so and so. And there are some special stotram where it doesn't have a phala-śruti at all. We'll talk about that later. There are stotram which doesn't have a phala-śruti at all. Because why? Reading itself a phala-śruti. What is the separate benefit that you need to get? Reading and glorifying Krishna itself a fruit of your action. There's nothing specifically you have to mention that you will go to Vaikuntha, you'll get the mercy of Krishna. Because you have the mercy of Krishna, that is why you're coming and sitting and able to hear Vāmana Avatar. You understand what I'm trying to say? The point here is there's nothing specially benefit is needed. We are all able to come in the morning 5 o'clock and sit and hear. That means we already have great anugraham of Krishna, Radha Krishna. If we don't have their anugraham, we won't be sitting and hearing. We'll be sleeping now, happily, snoring. We won't be sitting for 2+ hours last night hearing to. We'll be one doing all this thing because of the Radharani's Anugraha, Krishna's Anugraha. We have developed. They've given the taste for us to enjoy Krishna's pastime. So that's another level of understanding. We should understand that we are already being blessed. We just make use of these blessings in a positive path, not to degrade ourselves any further by making offenses. Is it okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for wonderful thought processes and realizations. Thank you.
Thank you all very much for joining. Again, thank you all very much for last night, for helping to give your association to all of us. And today also, thank you very much. And I'll meet you all next week. But please do, with same enthusiasm, continue the morning program. So we all meet again tomorrow, 5 a.m. Central. Hare Krishna. Until then, and then be happy. Thank you. Oh, but one more thing. Sorry. One more thing before I forget. We are almost close to end of the second month of Chaturmasya. I won't be able to talk when the third month starts. So we have completed the first month challenge. Anyone remembers what was that first month challenge?
Reading challenge.
Reading the Shastras. Second month challenge, which is going on still, hearing. Thank you. Hearing the Shastras. Prabhupada's lectures, and the third, and also your aspiring guru or your initiating guru. Number 2. The third month which is coming up is going to be a little different, but I want to explain that very clearly. The third month challenge is devotional service. Devotional service. Now, I want to make it very clear. You can easily clock the time of reading, of hearing. Prabhu, what is this devotional service? Are you talking about doing deity worship at home? No, that is all by default. By default, we have to do this one. Devotional service to the community, to the temple, to Prabhupada. So it you may have daily or you may not have daily. That's completely understandable. Please understand this. You may be engaged in devotional service on a remotely by doing some services. You may be doing accounting for the temple, or you may be receiving phone calls like Divya does, receiving phone calls for the temple that you may have to address. And then you may be preparing for Sunday school thing, or you may go out for book distribution, or you may take your time off to talk to someone who needs something, devotee, who are distressed, who are disturbed, or they need your time to give some advices. These are all devotional service. These are I'm going out to do shopping for Krishna, making garlands for Krishna, trying to do some research on trying to help the temple. All those different things falls into devotional service, or there could be more also that you can think of. So please, starting third month is you being engaged in devotional service, not your house related, outside of your house. You don't tell Prabhu, I served my wife, I served my husband, I served my children. That is your duty, by the way. Duty, please do not account your duties. Then it's very bad that you have to do. Besides that, what have you done for Prabhupada? In what manner you're helping Prabhupada? Giving your hand, giving your skills, giving your ability, giving your time. And that is called devotional service. The third month is going to be devotional service. And there'll be a column added. It could be 0 certain days. It could be 15 minutes. It could be 10 minutes. It could be 1 hour or 2 hours, whatever it is. So that is what you're going to make sure you're trying to do something for Prabhupada. And see how much time you're giving for Prabhupada. So increase that. My point here is not to continue, not try to increase the devotional activities going forward in the third month. Does it make sense? Anyone have any questions on this? I think it's clear. So no one can say that I'm not involved in anything. If you're not involved, get involved. Get involved in some way, making some slides, a presentation, or gathering some information. Service to others, devotee, and the temple. Preaching. This is devotional service. Please start, get ready for the third month of the challenge of how much devotional service that you are doing is the challenge for third month. Increase your devotional service. Point is not to stay there. Increase your devotional service. Thank you all very much. If you have any questions on this, you can talk to me or Shanta. Hare Krishna. Please, we'll meet again tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Right.